I think well, if I remember right, we
This
just
may help.
cleared out the goblins after trying to figure out what happened to the or why they were suffering from so many like thefts.
So yeah, last time we continued for a short while. We finished off this small area over here. I think all that you had to left to explore was the southern side of this map. Basically.
We had to go up that ladder on the bottom,
And in the end, you
and then
went.
see if we could go back to
in
the.
the end, you went back up here.
Mm-hmm.
And you remembered, or possibly remembered, the general area where this ladder would come up, and you would go up the ladder up north, and then go and search for the ladder that's down south, but then above ground. In addition, you all found, or you found a ladder written in Undercommon, which is still in Tyraneus's hands.
Yeah, that I was reading for the longest time, and then Wrath is like, it's in Undercommon. I'm like, I don't speak Undercommon, but okay.
Yeah, that's whatever. It had to be read. And you were doing fine. And everybody has memorized whatever you have memorized. If you want any specifics, you will have to ask Toby, since he has the ladder. And I think we were starting to get a long rest over here, and that's where we left it.
Mm-hmm.
Just before the long rest.
Alright, we did get our XP for everything, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We did.
I did yet.
Ado didn't get it yet.
Ado hasn't yet. Ado,
Yeah.
763 experience points.
763?
Correct.
That turns into a 3. Alright, thanks. And level up was 24,000, right?
23
Oh, 23. I'm
or
almost
6 to
level
7. Are you anywhere close to that?
I need 700 or 66, 660 experience points.
Okay.
So that's close.
Then you'll join the guys level 7 who are trying to get to level 8 at 3,004 or 43,000.
34.
So it's gonna take
34,
a
yeah.
while.
Oh, 34. Okay.
34,000 experience. And then the next one is 48. Okay. Yeah, take your general resting actions. Get that over.
Yay.
I guess I got
3 hit dice.
Why did those auto close themselves? What happened?
$15 health
Those
back.
are your total hit
Okay.
die, okay? That's not a great roll.
But it's double.
Yeah, but
The dice is doubled.
I'm at 34, which is 4 less than normal. I'll just another hit die. Half of your hit dice back, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Your long rest. Okay.
You have your hit die
So-
back, and then half
And
of
you get 3
them
free.
restored.
Okay. I'll do one more. Okay, I'm at full.
That healed more than half of what you just had.
What the?
Yeah. Dumb. That's what you get when you get a 1 and a 2.
Okay. So after the rest, I think it was a long rest you were taking.
Yeah, because some people were hurt.
Yeah, and completely out of options.
I was bloodied. Yeah, and I didn't have very many spells left either.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you want to do?
Leave.
Okay. So you go out of cavern. Just stop this over.
Now we're gonna try to find that other entrance, but to make sure that there are no, like, enemies and stuff.
Alright, make a survival check.
Okay.
To,
That's technically a survival check. My survival macro is broken for whatever reason.
okay.
Same as my perception, so 20.
So yeah, you were meant to find your way to from the.
That's a perception check.
Yeah, you
That's
managed
my
to get out of
perception.
the general area. Bushes around you are still thick. You squirm your way between them, doing better in some cases than last time. Gumby still has no real effort at all. You very quickly try to discern the relative space between the two ladders and walk into a certain direction. It takes a couple of minutes of searching in that general area before you find a fairly cleverly hidden escape ladder. The only reason why you managed to find it is because tracks that move around it and point. Like there are tracks and suddenly the tracks completely stop, but they all stop at the same place. And there you find a sort of hidden escape hatch.
Uh-huh.
Which is the general area where they would have come out of. You open the hatch, it smells like blood. And it stinks a bit of vinegar. So you know it is the correct place. Your perception check themselves didn't really give you anything. There's no one around you, apart from the village, which is quite a ways away.
Okay, do we see any, like... Wow, someone's really staticky. Wrath. It's actually
Might be me then.
do we see any significant or fresh tracks leading away from this door?
Survival.
Once again. Ow.
Oh.
Well, Gumby's really close to the ground, so you can see it really easily.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there are a couple of tracks. Like a lot of the tracks are fairly visible anyway. So you have no real difficulty of finding them. After a short while, you do discover that a couple of tracks are no more than 9 hours old. So between 8 and 9 hours. They are of medium-sized creatures and smaller-sized creatures. Seems to be a pretty decently large group. Gumby, you look over them quite well. You see 6 prints of medium-sized creatures. The footprints are medium-sized, but they are stepped in the ground very lightly. So these are either very light creatures or creatures that know how to move effectively, so to say.
Okay.
Among them, you also find 4 sets of smaller footprints following in the same direction. These are slightly deeper than the initial 6 footprints, but they are smaller. So either these creatures are heavier, or they are simply not as easy in stepping and walking and traveling.
Okay. So it's 10 sets total.
10 sets of footprints total.
Okay. I will relay this info. Just say I count about 10 different sets of footprints. 6 are smaller and 6 are lighter. 6 appear lighter, 4 appear heavier.
And they are moving eastward.
And
Towards the
that.
river.
Yeah.
Well, shall we follow it?
Yeah, I think that's the best plan.
Okay.
Okay, Gumby, you have the best survival roll. I want you to make another survival roll with advantage. And
Okay.
following these tracks.
19.
You are proficient in survival?
No.
Okay.
Well, I know where it is, so technically I can do it too, right? Now that he's pointed it out.
No, he's the lead for now.
No.
So you you follow the tracks. Initially, the tracks are fairly easy to follow. They move alongside of the forest at first. For the better part of the day, actually, until you reach the road. Until you reach main road. And from that point onwards, they cross the road directly to the other side, to the main forest. You follow. Do you wish to continue following?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Continue the tracks. They become less and less visible as further as you go. Possibly because of the forest floor itself, or perhaps because the people who were walking away got more careful. So the characters are probably moving more careful than else. Everybody can make a single survival check.
Man.
Yay!
You don't survive.
I just die.
Yeah.
So Tyraneus, you take a very quick look around. Managed to find the tracks a little bit easier than the others, mostly because you know how nature would react, and because of because of the way the grass is slightly bent or leaves are slightly more pressed into the ground. You managed to find a set of footprints, and you follow that for another 3 hours, so in total you have followed these tracks for around 7 hours. And then you get to a very small clearing, and within that small clearing there's an entrance to a basically an entrance goes very steep downwards into the earth.
Is it like a hole or a cave? Or a tunnel?
It's more a tunnel, and you are about being able to travel quite quickly.
It's about when?
Just above your foot, generally.
Oh, I mean,
On
okay.
map.
What time is it? What time of day is it? It's about
It is by now. It was around
mid-afternoon.
early morning when you left. It's now
mid-afternoon.
mid-afternoon. After 7 hours of walk tracking.
Well, shall we enter? I guess that was a yes.
I
guess that was another yes.
I guess. Do I
So
notice anything suspicious?
That's what happens when you take the lead.
So what you notice is that there are a decent amount of footprints going in here. The surrounding of the cave is mostly clear. As I said, there's a small opening within the forest where nothing really grows apart from like very low grass. There seems to be a decent amount of traffic here. What does catch your eye is an inscription that is written a little bit inside of the cave, cavern, tunnel, whatever you wish. And it's written in Undercommon, Tyraneus. You are one of the few who can read this, and it basically states, "Welcome to the underworld."
May I point that out to the others?
Thank you.
Well, in that case, we don't have to do anything else because we just have to know what's going on. So we could actually go back and report. Because we said our mission was just to figure out what's happening, and we know that basically it's at this point it's a drow or kind of like the behind-the-scenes manipulators, but it's being done primarily by goblins. So I really don't see any point of going forward.
I'm not a big fan of going into the underworld either.
We could kind of hang out and hide and see if anyone comes towards it or leaves, and we can take them prisoner.
Yeah.
Okay, is there a good place
Yeah.
to hide nearby the cave entrance?
Oh, there we go. Back to normal.
Yeah, the best places where you hide aren't really that good. But yeah, you can quote-unquote hide a little bit out of sight from the cave itself. You would probably be able to hear if something exits the cave. But to remain non-visible, you would also have to be blind, so to say.
Well,
What you could also try is sit on the other side of the cave entrance. So the cave exits like the cave exits to the west. So if you sit on the east, you'd sooner see someone exiting than they would see you.
So what you guys want to do?
I think Toby should decide, since this was his idea to stick around. And I'll be right back, by the way. A couple minutes.
Okay.
Can we tell when the last amount of traffic came or went from the cave?
The last traffic was... There's decent amount of traffic, but from what you can see, the last traffic would be around 7 or 8 hours ago.
Or we could camp through the night and maintain awareness of the cave, and if one comes, then we can deal with it. And if not, I guess go back in the morning.
We could, but I don't really want to spend the night near this place, because that's probably when they're going to come out. And we'll be at a disadvantage, especially if we're facing a bunch of drow.
They could be dead drow.
This is true, but
But so could we. Okay, fair enough. Then we might as well just head back then.
yeah. Let's just head into Haloris. We'll tell the dwarf merchant the news. And then, because I don't think we told him yet. Did we? I don't
No,
think
I
we
don't think
reported
so.
that. Yeah.
No.
And then, yeah, and then we can just head back to Abdera and report the rest of the information and continue going. So I'd say let's go and let's go back to Halores.
Sounds
Now,
good.
now that we know.
Okay. The path to Halores will take around 2 more days from this point. Especially given that that it is late night. Yeah. Roll for the 2 days, I guess.
Okay.
You safely make it towards Halores. Get there later on the day, midday.
Okay, so now
Yeah.
we need to find Brulium or Brulol. I don't know how to say that name. Brulolim? The dwarf merchant.
Okay, yeah, you move. It takes you a while, but after a while you do find the guy. He's sitting there. Ah! Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. So, news.
Well, it's unfortunately not good news. We went and the entire settlement was basically destroyed. We found drow inside, but we don't believe the drow are responsible for attacking the settlement. We believe it was actually a creature from underneath that resembles like a young dragon, except very earth-based.
That is sad news. Sad news indeed. You see him take like a more deep breath. The companions around him also take a deep breath, and then he says, well, you have done as you were asked. You have given us the information. Your reward. Here, take it. In the meantime, I will raise a glass. My family. And all the people who were there. As he kind of mumbles off a little bit, more lost in thought. A little sack of coin is kind of pushed your way.
Okay, 10 gold a pop. Right, that's what he pays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 10 gold a pop.
All right, we'll just stay here for the evening and then head back to Abdera.
So you stay there for the rest of the evening. You hear? Are you paying attention to anything in the meantime?
Yeah, local news.
Okay, make a perception for local news.
Nice.
So yeah, you hear about the local news. The news is most concerning. A couple of are still speaking about things that happened in the past. People are speaking about the attacks on the small village that happened. Nobody has actually mentioned to anyone that the problems have been solved yet. So people don't know it. They continue their speech about that. It then continues in more problems. Yeah, more problems. The war with the orcs and goblins has been put on a low pit. news is that soldiers soon return home after their time campaigning, and that's good according to most people. Some because they miss their friends and family, but others more because as the soldiers went away, other troubles start to rise within the areas, and with less soldiers to keep like smaller towns protected, they have come and have become targets of many bandits of different types. Among them, raiders from the oceans. And there is one particular tale that is a little bit more different than the other. Bandits came in, destroyed everything, looted everything, took a couple of people hostage, that sort of thing. And that is a small hamlet within the woods north of Dolores, about 1 to 2 days travel. Has allegedly come under an attack of a magical kind. A very wounded person of around 25 to 30. He speaks about what happened in his village. As people ask him about his wounds, he has a giant scar running across his face. One of his arms is bandaged up, hanging against his chest, and you can even see bandages around his stomach area. He speaks about humans clad in black black robes, exiting from a portal, flanked by knights, fully clad in armor, blackened armor, going towards all the houses in the small village and grabbing away young children. Children who reached around the age of 10, between 8 and 12, were snatched away. Anyone who fought against these people were immediately and without hesitation attacked, most of the time killed. He said he was quote-unquote lucky. And as soon as they had all the children between those ages, they ran back into their portal closed behind them, and they disappeared as soon as they dared.
Awesome.
That's the final story that you hear.
Okay.
You sleep until the next day, and you were going back to Abdera?
Yep.
And then you make your way back to Abdera over the course of 5 days, I guess?
I guess.
Around 5 days, probably.
Okay.
This time, when you reach the fork in the road. There is no sign of kobolds at all. You're in Abdera. It's you probably arrive at Abdera around 12, middle of the day. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Well, go report.
Huh?
Go report.
Okay, so you move to the general main area where you got the quest from. Someone is sitting behind it. Says, welcome, how can I help you?
Yeah, we went and checked out Haloris. Did that quest.
Yeah, Dolores quest. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, the sudden attacks, yes?
Yes, we discovered that they were being raided by goblins. We found a goblin underground horde, which we slaughtered the goblins, and I show her the all the ears.
Okay,
Which ended up being 11 hobgoblin ears, one ogre ear, and 15 goblin ears. We also found evidence that the drow are involved, and that's about it.
alright, she grabs the main paper, she starts scribbling. First off, she says, she writes what was the apparent cause: Goblin Cave, inhabitants, goblins, hobgoblins,
Ogre.
ogre, and then a drow with a question mark behind it. And then she continues the question. So the cave has been completely cleared, no chance of returning?
Well, we did find a cave which had some writing in Undercommon further along that said "Welcome to the Underworld." About what was it? About 2 days away from the Goblin Cave, which we followed tracks to. We didn't explore further because that seemed a little too much, and we already knew the major cause. So it's not impossible for it to become repopulated, but they'd have to find other goblins to do so.
Okay, she says, okay, she notes it on a sheet of paper. You take a quick glance at it, and she quickly notes a quick travel by for scouts in about a week or so. See if anything has changed. Just, alright. Then, you'll probably wish a reward, I guess?
Yes, and I believe there should be rewards for the goblins and hobgoblins too.
She takes a quick look around. She says, no longer
Of course.
are specific rewards in general. Specific rewards are given depending. You get your basic reward for the clearing.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you have carried all those ears for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Please get rid of them outside the city.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of gold promised. Kind of looks around, grabs a bag. In front of you, she puts the exact amount of gold in there. She says, "Here you go."
How much is in it?
What was promised?
Okay. Well, Wrath, what was promised?
I have no fucking clue anymore. I'm looking at it. I've been looking at it for a while now. It should be somewhere, but I cannot find it.
Just make it 120 gold, I guess. I think it was right around it.
So, no. 120 gold for a layer deck is kind of hefty. Perhaps this is it. Weird, I seem to have misplaced document which says what the rewards particular thing is. Just do the 25 of these. So that makes 100 total for you.
Okay.
That for now.
Okay, so 25 apiece.
Yeah.
Sorry, how much a piece?
25.
Okay, thanks.
I also want to change in some gold and stuff.
Yeah, you can easily do that.
I want to
at a
sell.
different
How many
location.
daggers did I get?
Out of my head, there were 6 daggers total.
I think. What was
Each
it?
worth 25.
Right. I think I got. I got 2 and Dolos got 2? Dolos?
He's not here.
No. It happened. Okay,
Apparently,
I think I
anyway.
got 2, so I go and sell that off and exchange my currency.
So yeah, there were 6 in total.
Okay. So if I do minus 680, which gives me 68 silver, which gives me a lot of silver. So it's 300 silver, which gives me 30 gold. Which then gives me, say, 15 platinum. Okay. And then I also sell an art piece that I have that's worth 25 gold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
These were the very small statues. Pretty well made, but
Well, I have both a statue and a piece of art.
Yeah, I do too.
it's all worth the same amount of 5 for these.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep the ceremonial dagger, but I'll sell the statue and art.
Okay.
I also bought 2 weeks worth of food for the horses.
Okay.
And then we'll rest here for the evening, and then I guess we'll go up to that little island next.
As you're moving out of the like from the magic shop to from the exchange shop where you exchange the goods and coin, that sort of thing, you see you see something kind of interesting. You see 2 people running after each other. One running after the other trying to do his best to get away. Make a perception check, please.
Hey!
Ty, you can clearly see that both of these people look exactly alike. There's no difference between them whatsoever.
I point that out to the others, and
Wait, what
Make
exactly are they doing?
One of them running after the other and screaming towards the one who's running away that he has to stop immediately. Get back here, I'll get you, that sort of thing. As they run away through the main street, and you kind of casually look at them. Ty says what he's just said, and then the runner is darting away into a side street, and the person who's following him is running right after.
Okay, well, that seems like something the local guard should take care of, even though I suspect doppelganger. So, I don't see any reason to do anything. So I say we just go. Up to you guys, though.
I guess it's none of my business.
I don't know how, like, alarmed or something am I by this.
You just see a guy chasing another guy that looks exactly alike. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, weird thing happening.
Yeah. Is my curiosity piqued, or...
I don't know, is your curiosity piqued?
Yeah, it's...
What, do you want me to roll?
It's more a character thing. If you want to make a roll out of it, you can make a roll out of it. If not, then think about it yourself.
I'll roll insight, see how... See what I think. 24, so... Okay. What do I think I should do?
I don't know, you wanted to roll. You decide whatever it is. Or it means.
Well, I don't know, like... I don't think my guy would be necessarily that interested if there's not something that, like, that seems wrong.
Right, interested or not, by now they have run away,
Yeah.
the street has been quieted, and
Okay.
if you wanted to go after them, you'd actually have to search for them more than anything,
Yeah,
Okay.
let's just
instead of
go.
just
Forget it
running
then.
after them.
Forget it then.
So the choice was made for you.
Yeah.
It took too
Fine.
long. So how
And
long is
the
it going to take
next
for us to
day?
get there?
It's roughly the same amount of distance. No, it's a little further. It'll take 6 days to get to around this position. Get close enough to the island. And 6. So at the 6th day, you are at this location. You are staring at the island itself, and on top of the island you see a by what you can see, mostly ruined castle. Big parts of the walls that you can see from the distance are broken down completely in rubble. Yeah, you can basically see the outside of it. You can see that the tower itself, like there's one tower built into it, and that tower is quite damaged as well, although not as heavily damaged as some parts of the wall. It is still standing and it could technically still be used, although it would need a touch-up to be safe.
Not a bad idea.
Is there any smoke or any evidence of people or beings?
There is
Or light?
no recent evidence of the destruction, so there is no lasting smoke. It has been destroyed a while ago, at least. From this distance you cannot see like real specifics. You would actually have to get close to see if you can see what may have caused destruction, that sort of thing. Which would mean crossing a not the widest part of this river, but still pretty decently wide river, as well as fast flowing. So you'd have to think of a way to get across.
Okay, so should we figure out a way to get across?
If you want to get across, probably.
What kind of roll would that be?
Well, are there
That
no
won't really
boats
be
or
a
anything?
You'd actually have to figure something out. Think of something.
Right.
Perhaps try find something, that sort of thing.
Any
can make a
evidence of
raft,
boats?
but-
Come at me with ideas and
We'd have to leave the horses in cart behind,
Yeah,
or wagon.
I can fly, so I'm good.
Why don't you just carry us across then?
How far is it, Raph?
it's dangerously far to fight someone across. We're not talking about a couple of feet here. We're the
Ty, can't you transform into something that can swim?
Not yet.
Still not
Oh, no,
yet?
Yeah, I can. No, I can. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can swimming.
You should be able to turn something that can fly by now, right? Or is
No,
it next level?
Next level.
Oh boy. Okay, so you can swim.
But I don't think I know any animals that swim. They're
A
large enough to
fish.
swim to help everything.
Yeah, to help, sure, but you can just turn into a fish and get over there yourself. So I can fly. I could probably carry Gumby. That wouldn't be too big an issue, but Dolos
You're
is
on
a
your own.
problem. So the real question is, what do we find no evidence of like any kind of rafts to get across or magical portals to teleport? Wrath?
make perception check to see if you can find magical portals or bridges or whatever the hell. So the first thing, a little bit of note, is that from this side to the other side of the river, at this specific area, is give or take 20 meters wide, which would translate in around let's see what
65
Google has to
feet.
say. No, yeah, 65 feet. You do not seem to find any bridges. Yeah, you don't find any bridges. What you do find is a small docking area, like basically one wooden structure where you would lay boats to the side. It has been partially damaged, as the final end has been cut off from a bit, or yeah, at least it's, you don't know what damage precisely. You'll have to check on that, and there are no boats laying around it, neither above the water or below it, from what you can see.
But we can do this pretty simple by just getting like some boards or something from the structure, doing like a little platform where let's see, Dolos will be in the water, kind of pushing the board with Gumby on top, and you could be flying along, pulling it with a rope. We can get across.
Tyraneus, make a nature check.
That's possible, I guess.
Tyraneus, you recognize that this river is pretty fast flowing, especially in this corner over here. Like the corner where you're looking at. It's fast flowing, so to make something that would be where your ID would be possible, first off, letting go of the raft would be a terrible idea. You'd be swept away fairly easily by the strong current. Second, the raft needs to be reasonably powerful, reasonably solid, so to say, else the current would just rip it apart easily. And you also wouldn't be able with manpower alone to go against the current, especially not while swimming.
Is the current going south?
The current is going south.
Well, couldn't we start kind of north of the island, and by the time we make it across, although the current will take us down, we'll still be across to the island, but on the southern side?
That would be possible, yeah. But yet again, the raft needs to be solid, needs to be reasonably sturdy for it to work long enough. But yeah, that would an idea that could work.
But we could try to make the raft, see how it turns out.
Okay. I mean, I do have a couple tools here.
So what do you guys have to make a raft?
I have my blacksmithing tools.
We've got rope with wood.
So for blacksmith tools, that usually means you have like a hammer. Like a pretty well-made hammer. You have like bongs for which to pull out heated metal. Perhaps, I don't know if you would have anything like chisels or something like that. Let's see what blacksmithing tools.
Well,
Yeah, you basically have like
I know mending.
something like this. Or
Sure.
this. Like fairly basic tools with which you can make stuff out of iron. Although you're not gonna make a boat out of iron right now. So some of these tools would be useful, others would probably not.
60 feet, that's not super duper wide. How strong is the current?
Pretty powerful.
Okay.
You couldn't stand in there and just stand there.
I
current
couldn't,
would-
but could.
Even if you're extremely strong, the current would slowly sweep you away.
Okay.
And it would take a lot of strength and endurance to stay at one position. While you think about it, I'll be back in a couple.